Ladies and gentlemen, Gene DiNapoli.
Hello there, everybody, and happy Monday. Spring is in the air. Don't forget, this week we spring ahead. Welcome to Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli. I, once again, am Gene DiNapoli, your host, and we have an exciting show for you tonight, but we got some announcements, and I, believe it or not, I have to write them down now because I forget a lot. But first off, we are going to talk about our corporate sponsor. So our producer, Anthony, is going to put up our corporate sponsor. So, Anthony, let's roll the videotape.
Hi, this is Francisco. Many people call me the Creative CPA. If you need help with your taxes or financial matters, please email me your cell number and the best time and day to call you. You can email me at franciscisco@aol.com, and Cisco is spelled SISCO, the Creative CPA. It's that simple, that easy. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran, for believing in our show and helping us get the word out. We thank you for your sponsorship, and everybody try to support our sponsors. Right off the bat, I don't understand this, but let's get it out of the way. Today is March 8th, and it is Happy International Women's Day. I don't understand it because every day should be International Women's Day or Women's Day or Female Day. I don't care what you call it, but it should be every day because without women, there would be no men. Okay, I'm not looking to get in any type of scenario or any arguments, but women first. Okay, so happy International Women's Day to all the ladies out there. Okay, got that out of the way. Now, what am I going to do? Okay, next week's guest, because a lot of people can't stay with us till the end. Next week's guest, Bob Miranda of The Happenings. Wow. See you in September. Go away, little girl. I got rhythm. My man, hit after hit. Bob Miranda at The Happenings next Monday, 15th, 7 o'clock. Going to talk about one of our past guests. Back in September, I had a friend of mine, Anthony Ligori, who does country and Elvis and gospel. Anthony sent me his latest CD, Memphis Midnight to Sunrise. It is now number 2 on the country request chart. So look for AnthonyLigoriJr.com and buy this CD. 4 songs. One of them, Cadillac, is insane. Very reminiscent of Dwight Yoakam and Garth Brooks. Want to wish Anthony a ton of success with that. Okay, we are... I got to mark off everything I do here. Oh, speaking of my own career, this weekend I had the amazing opportunity to be in a play in Manhattan in a festival. Now, this was a play called Elvis and Jason and Elvis. I, of course, played Elvis. And what it was a 13-year-old boy looks to Elvis as a guardian angel. It was a 15-minute play written by Steve Simasik out of Chicago. And there's my acting partner there, Nathan Goldberg of Manhattan and Westchester. And it was one of 4 plays we did Friday night and Saturday day. And according to my wife, who I respect her opinion, it was the best play of the day. So hopefully we win the play. All right, so I said that. Okay, let's get right into it because, I've had a few women on the show. I had a young lady, an Italian singer named Christina Fontanelli. I had a couple of Elvis-related women. I had Cynthia Pepper, an actress. I had Estelle Brown, Elvis's backing singer, and Diana Goodman, Elvis's girlfriend, on the show in January. but I never got to have what I'm going to call a bona fide star on the show yet. And it's apropos, which is a great word for those of you who don't know what it means. It was destiny that this young lady agreed to do the show today, which happens to be International Women's Day. Now, let me tell you something. There are two kinds of people you don't work with. People that are more talented and people that are better looking than you. That's why this lady does not get the amount of work she should, because when she's on a stage, she's not only lovely to look at, she's lovely to listen to. So she combines everything. So, and I was so tickled when she was gracious enough to do this for me. She is a lovely woman by way of Jamaica, Queens, where my wife is from. Maybe that's why we connect. And maybe because she works with her husband, who's a great man. Maybe spouses are the way to do it. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you meet this woman, you're going to immediately go back to 1965. You're going to immediately feel good. And you're going to get to know and love the original lead singer of the chart-topping group The Toys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome in Miss Barbara Harris.
Hi, Gene.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you for having me on your show.
Well, first of all, they're kind words, which are well-deserved. Thank you for doing my show, and happy Women's Day to you.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know it was that thing either. You know,
it's March.
Your wife, tell your wife happy Women's
Day. I will. It's March 8th every year, and I think we should really get behind it because women do deserve as much accolades as they can.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I thought you would.
We work hard.
Yes, you do. If nothing else, you could do nothing all your life, but for 9 months, we know women work extra hard than men.
That's true. That is true.
So, Barbara, I got to right off the bat tell you that when I did a show about 13 years ago up in Orange County, I called you up and I said to you, Barbara, I want you on the show. And you said to me, who's on the show? And I said, the Duprees, the Elegants, blah, 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 blah. And then you said, well, why do you want me in that show? It's all men. I said, exactly. I want a lady of power, a lady of talent, and a lady of pizzazz to shake it up. And we had 13 groups on the show that day. And you were one of the most well-received of all the groups. And I'd like to think it's because you emit so much energy and love when you perform. Is this, you're celebrating your 21 and 35, 57th year, right? 58th year in show business. Has it ever dipped for you, or was it always a passion and a love that kept you going?
Yes, always a passion. I love what I do, you know, and even now, so many years later, 55 years later, I'm still enjoying it. We're in a different genre now because we do a lot of these senior facilities during the week, you know, until the pandemic came.
Right.
But I love doing this, you know. It's like it's my heart, and I like the facilities we do now. The seniors enjoy it so much that my heart just goes out to them, and I love it. My husband and I, we do quite a few. We've been doing quite a few, you know, and I enjoy it so much.
Right.
The range of music that we do too, it gives me a chance to do some of the songs I grew up listening to, and we do from the Beatles to Frank Sinatra to oh man, country music. We just give them a whole big variety, and they just love it, and we love it.
Right. I do those facilities as well, and I had always said that if I hit lotto tomorrow, I would still do those because it brings such joy to the people.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
How does it? I mean, you are still active on stage. You're still a mover and a shaker.
God has blessed me.
Well, I'm sure of that. I'm sure of that.
I used to watch my children dance, though, and I try to copy moves from them,
You do?
Some I can't, but I still keep trying, My family, my daughters dance, my sons, they dance, and I used to just watch them,
Wow.
Yeah.
How many children do you have?
We have 7 altogether.
God bless you.
Yeah, Kenny had 3 from his first marriage. I had 2, and then we got together and we had 2 together. So it's 7 altogether, like a Brady Bunch.
That's great. That's great. If you had 2 more, you could have had your own baseball team.
Yeah.
So
we got 15 grandchildren.
So you got a football team too. That's great. Barbara, take us back to Jamaica, Queens, where you were raised. Did you come from a musical background family?
Actually, my uncle sang. 2 of my uncles on my father's side, they were singers. And I grew up in North Carolina, actually. I came up here when I was to New York when I was about 10. But I was in the church all the time. And my mother knew where to find me every Friday night, Sunday, Wednesday night. I'd be down there singing and banging the tambourine, and I grew up like that. And that's why I love it. I love it so much, I grew up with that music, gospel music. And then when I got into the rock and roll, I enjoyed that too.
Right. So 1961, when you formed the Toys, right? Were you doing gospel type music in your show? And
No. Actually, Barbara Toomer started the group. I joined her when I got into Woodrow Wilson out in Queens, Jamaica, and I came there in my second year in high school, and she had a group already together, and one of the girls dropped out, so she asked me to join. And the name of the group was the Charlottes. That was in 63. We graduated in 63, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And that she started it, actually. Then we met a guy who became our road manager, and he took us to New York City to meet Bob Crew and our manager. And that's how we recorded, and the writers, Sandy and Benny. And that's how we recorded, and the rest is history.
The rest is good history, because your first song out of the gate not only became a #1 on Cashbox and #2 on the pop charts, but it became your signature song.
Yes.
And you have now. There's a couple of things that sell a record. One, of course, is the groove. One, of course, is the words. But the title is another thing that sells a record. And you are in an elite group of records where the title was not in the song.
Right.
So we're going to play a little bit of your mega smash, and then we're going to talk about that. So, Anthony, let's go to the videotape.
That falls softly on the meadow, but high up in the tree, serenade the flowers with their melody. I'll sing there beyond the hill, the bright colors of the rainbow. Some magic from above made this day for us just.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So when you were doing these talent shows, Barbara, what were you singing in the talent shows that led you to Bob Crew?
Oh, I was the background singer for most of the songs, but I remember doing a Mary Welch tune, a real up tempo song. I forget the name of it now, but we were doing songs of that day, back in the '60s. We didn't do anything original, but then we came up with a couple of original songs, and a man named Bob Urey took us in the studio and recorded it. And the first one was "The Fight's Not Over" and "Whatever Happened to Our Love." And Barbara Tuma led those two.
Okay.
Those were the first ones we ever did when we were in high school. Yeah.
When you were in high school.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you get brought to Bob Crew, and at this point, you're still technically the backing vocals.
Yes. Yes.
Whose idea was it to bring you front and center?
Oh, okay. When we got to Bob Crew, he introduced us to the writers, Sandy and Denny, and they took us in and played the song and asked us to sing. I forgot which song it was, but they asked us, all three of us, to sing a part of this song. So Barbara sang first, because she was the lead singer, right? She sang first, and then June sang, and then I sang. And when I sang, they both looked at each other and said, "Oh, she's the one." You know, I felt real bad though, because Barbara was my friend, and I said, "Wow, I'm not the lead singer." They said, "No, you're the lead singer." So I figured the songs that they had, probably my voice fit better than hers, because she had a deep kind of soulful sound. And my voice was, you heard how I sounded.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Gentle is that right? I was real green then, I guess. But they liked my voice and made me the lead singer. And Barbara came around. She got a little upset at first, and she came around,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it all worked out.
Yeah, I'd say it did. So you got signed to Dino Voice Records.
Yes.
Which was Bob Crew's.
Right.
Now, and who else was on that label? Do you remember?
The Four Seasons were,
Sure.
They were there. And, what was the other guy? Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on the label. The Invitations. I can't remember. You know who else was on there? The Silhouettes, Hal Miller.
Oh, wow.
The Rays.
Sure.
Yeah, he was a part of that company too. In fact, he's trying to get some money out of Bob Crew's foundation. They owed him a lot of money, and he can't get it. So he just called me the other day and asked me if I could find out some things for him, but I think that's a losing proposition there.
It's always worth trying to fight the fight.
Yeah. I'll do what I can for him.
Yeah. So now Bob Crew decides you're going to do this song. Now, there's a rumor that our Lover's Concerto, also known as How Gentle is the Rain, was derived from a Bach minuet in G major. Is that true?
Yes.
It was.
Yes. They call it his finger exercise. It was his finger exercise.
Right. That's incredible that finally classical music got somewhere in the mainstream. In the mainstream.
Yeah, it was so different at that time. I think that's why it took off. And then the second one, another classical piece from Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker Suite.
Right.
In the beginning, that was the Nutcracker Suite.
Sure, which a lot of people think is called March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Yeah.
Right. But let's get back to A Lover's Concerto. It skyrocketed to the top of the charts. Yeah. Now it's the summer of 65, right? And you're in the middle of the British invasion,
right?
And you were able to get chart success when some other band like the Beatles was really when they were really dominating the charts. So not only are you a doo-wop-ish type group, you're a female group. So how did that make you feel? For you had three things. You were female, you were American, and you were not a British beat type group. Yet you went there. So how was it?
Oh, wow. It was really great, G. When we took a trip over to England, and they greeted us so well. They met us at the airport like they used to do for the Beatles when they came over here. It was a big crowd. Oh, yeah. All the kids, you know, they had to have the, the bobbies standing around to protect us. But they wanted to touch you, you know. It was really very exciting. They had press conferences for us. And we felt good. Eric Burton from the Animals came and took us out to lunch.
Wow.
The Beatles were over here, so they had sent us a letter saying they were sorry, you know, they weren't around. But Eric Burton, I remember him from the Animals. He came.
How nice of them to do that.
Yeah. So it was amazing. We a lot of stars in our eyes, you know. It was exciting, very exciting.
Right. You hit the double million mark with A Lover's Concerto. 2 million records, top of the charts, cash box. I mean, that must be something for a young lady from Jamaica, Queens,
right?
To experience.
Well, you know something. Like our manager used to tell us, girls, I don't think you realize what you got here, because we were just going on like our normal selves, you know, laughing at everything and having fun, and it didn't. You know, it wasn't like we were big stars. We didn't look at it like that. And he says, I don't think you realize what you got here. And I don't think we did either. We were just enjoying the moments, you know. So
yeah. Well, let me try to put this in perspective to you, Barbara. A Lover's Concerto outsold in some markets, and you surpassed the Beatles, Elvis Presley, the Rolling Stones, the Supremes, the Fort Thompson, Stevie Wonder, all in a span. I mean, that doesn't happen by luck.
Yeah, that was a beautiful blessing.
Yeah,
it's a blessing.
Now, did you become the permanent lead singer after that?
Yeah, I was the permanent one, but they got to lead a couple of songs too on the album, you know, so that was good. Our album, Barbara sang 2, I think, and June did Yesterday, the Beatles tune Yesterday, on the album that we put out. And then we had another album ready to go. They never released it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was a lot of internal fighting between the managers and the writers and Bob Crew, you know, so we didn't get our gold record either. Our manager took it, and I don't know where he went to California, I believe, but he has our gold record.
Does he really?
Yes.
Wow.
And that's why they sent us over to Europe, and when we should have been back here finishing up the album, the writers were arguing with our manager, and he made his money sending us abroad, so he left us over there for a month, and we should have been back here finishing up the album. So Attack dropped, you know, it should have came out sooner.
Right. Yeah. Attack was still a top 20 hit. But before we get to that, I want to one of our viewers who you might know, the great photographer Sonny Maxon.
Oh, yes.
Sonny wants to know, how did you get the name The Toys from the Charlottes?
Oh, well, the Charlottes was before we went to Bob Crew and met our manager. So when we got there, our manager watched us, how we were so playful. And like I said, we had such a free spirit about us, you know, just enjoying ourselves. He says, you know, you girls act like little toys.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, you're so happy and giddy. At first he said, are you high? He thought we were smoking weed or something, you know.
Wow.
I know this is our personalities, you know. And he said, "Oh, we should be named the Toys." And we fought him again. "Oh no, we're not no Toys." He said, "Yes, yes, trust me." So we kept the name the Toys.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we get to the next video, which happens to be my favorite song by you guys, we got another question, which this is a good question and a very great compliment. Our viewer Anthony Lakisi wants to know, did you ever meet Maxine Brown? And
Oh,
you
yes.
and you remind him of her.
Oh yes. Oh, she's wonderful. We've met a few times, and I just love her. Love her songs. Yeah. Yeah, we were at BB King's place with her. And the end of the show, she honored me in playing the tambourine. She ended the show with a blues tune. And she said, "Would you play the tambourine for me?" And, you know, that's my beginnings in church. So I started playing the tambourine. But I love her. She's such a great lady. Real sweet, a sweetheart. And a talented one, you know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Maybe we could somehow, some way, get her to do this show, because I think she has a story to be told.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be great. Maybe you could help me with that. But you're right. Attack did not get the what it should have gotten.
Right.
But it still made the top 20.
Yeah, it was number 10, I believe.
Okay, so it made the top 10, which is still a great feat in itself. So we want to play some of the Toys' second hit. Anthony. You know, I think the families of Bach and Beethoven should give you some royalties, because I'm sure your songs made some people take notice of those melodies.
Yeah.
And do that. Now, you said your second album was being worked on.
Yeah.
Were there any songs on that second album that was going to be classically inspired as well? Were they doing the same formula?
Not really, because we didn't get that far on it. But I do remember doing the Four Seasons, Let's Hang On, and another one from the Four Seasons, because the writers wrote for them also. So I do remember recording those, and I don't remember any more classical stuff that we did. But it's been so long ago, and I got to write everything down. I can't remember much. But I do remember the Four Seasons tunes, because they asked us to do that. Let's hang on. That cute stuff.
Right. Yeah. Tell us about when you appeared on American Bandstand.
We were scared to death.
You were?
First TV show, yeah. And we were nervous, very nervous. But Dick Clark, a great guy, he came and spoke to us and said, "Just relax, this is going to be great." And we got out there and did our thing. And the crowd was nice. The kids, they gathered around us and treated us real nice. But he was a real great guy too, Dick Clark. Really nice.
He was a legend and a very humble man as well.
Yeah.
But do you remember watching Bandstand when you were living in Jamaica and saying to yourself, someday, some way?
Yes, I do. In fact, I think I was on the show one time. I went there, and it was in Philadelphia, I think, and I was dancing in the audience. And I said, "You know what? One day I'm going to be here singing." But I didn't, I really didn't believe it too much. But I got a chance to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. And it's a shame that we can't see those original kinescopes, everything, because, but we do have some video, which we are able to enjoy
Yeah.
of you guys. Now, you also wound up on Shindig and Hullabaloo and Clay Cole.
Right.
What was it like? Now, Shindig was California.
Right. And
So-
where the action is.
Where the action is.
Was out
Did
there.
you see a difference in the kids between Bandstand and California? Was there a difference?
Not really. They were all great. They used to watch us as we rehearsed before we went on the set, and they would come around and wherever we went, they would come around and dance with us. So I didn't see much difference in their attitudes. No, they were just great kids. Yeah.
How
Now
how was Clay Cole to deal with?
Oh, he was good. He was good. He would call us when people backed out on him because we were in New York. So he'd call, "Can you do my show?" And we did it so many times. We'd always bail him out. And there was another one, Cleveland, Upbeat. Same
Upbeat
thing.
Cleveland.
Yeah, same thing. Whenever somebody backed out, they would call us. They'd fly us in that morning, and I'd be back home that evening.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
That's impressive.
Times. And then when we did the movie out in
Yes.
that was weird though. They woke us up at 6 o'clock in the morning. We were on the set like by 7. Nobody in the studio, just us.
That was the movie. It's a Bikini World in '67.
Yeah.
Now, who was the star of that?
Deborah Winger, I think it was Deborah Winger. I remember her, but nobody was there. When you saw the movie back there, the place was jam packed.
Yeah.
Nobody was there. It was like just the cameraman and us.
And yet they want you to perform as if there's 10,000 people.
It's so cold,
I
Get
know.
the feeling, but we did it. It was exciting, really exciting.
Is that movie available anywhere?
You know what? It runs every now and then. Somebody called me and said, "I saw your movie last night, 4 o'clock in the morning." So they play it every now and then. 4 o'clock in the morning, they played it. Yeah.
You know what I love about satellite radio, Barbara, is that they get to play songs that aren't the hits. Like I texted you a few weeks ago that I heard Attack on, so that to me is great when you hear the lesser known songs being played, because it could open up a whole new world of listeners.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Attack was the one I enjoyed doing. I think I liked that better than the Lover's Concerto.
Really?
Yeah, I liked the words to it, but Lover's Concerto was great. I can't take nothing from. But let me tell you about visiting Motown.
Yes.
That was exciting. Oh my God. We were gonna do one of their nightclubs, the Rooster Tail, I think was the name.
Sure.
And
In Detroit.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the Supremes had been there, I think either the week before, they were coming in a week behind us, right? So we were kind of nervous, and Mary came to the show, Mary and Flo, they came to the show, and we did a great show, thank God, we did a great show. And then we went to visit Motown the next day, and it was so cute with the Temptations. They heard we were there, and they came and standing around, and they're smiling at us, acting like little kids. And we felt so great. We felt like we were special, It was so beautiful. And what else did I want to say about that? Oh, the Henry from the Spinners.
Yes.
He came and took us out to see the city that night. And I was terrible though. I was drinking a little too much, and I had to throw up. He told me, "Roll down the window." I felt so bad, but they kept pushing drinks on us. All here, drink. beer or whatever I was drinking, beer or wine. And I said, "Oh God, I gotta throw up." He said, "Roll out the window, don't throw up in my car."
Now, I got to ask Kenny this. Kenny, do you know this about her? Do you know this?
Yes.
Yeah, I've told
I've
you some of
heard.
my episodes. But that
So,
was
ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that can't see, off to Barbara's left is what I'd like to call her backbone of her career the past 40 some odd years. Her husband, Kenny, accomplished musician, singer, and all around nice guy. You know, Kenny, I got to tell you, the spouses of the stars don't get their accolades.
right.
But I give my wife all the due accolades. She, as a matter of fact, everybody says if it wasn't for my wife, I'd be nothing. But we want to let you know, Kenny, that you are one of the most well-liked men in this profession. Do you know that?
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
tell you what Barbara tells me all the time is if I ever lose my license, I'm out of a gig.
No, he doesn't just chauffeur me around. You know, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Right.
He's the guy that does all of this for me. You know, he takes care of all the music. He knows how to get me on here. I would never know how to do this. I guess I could learn, but no.
Well,
It's all because of him that I'm watching you and you're watching me tonight.
well, we thank you.
Thank God I got that license, though.
Yes, we know. Thank you. Thank you, Kenny. And thank you for putting this together with her. Speaking of Motown, it's not too often when another artist of, and I don't want to say bigger stature, but more world famous does a song, but yet the original is always the go-to. So speaking of Motown, Diana Ross and the Supremes did a Lover's Concerto, but yet you are still the go-to version. Nobody even gives them a second thought. So we're going to play a little bit of the Supremes doing a Lover's Concerto. Anthony, play the video.
How gentle is the rain that falls softly on the meadow. Birds high up in the trees serenade the flowers with their melodies. Oh, see there beyond the hill the bright colors of the rain.
Listen, I love Diana. She's a force to be reckoned with, but that song belongs to you. It just belongs to you.
You know, I got to tell you a story the Isley brothers told us. They said when our song came out, Motown was playing our song all through the building, you know, trying to come up with something to match that. And they came up with I Hear Symphony. Yeah, he says, but your song was playing all over the place, man. The writers were trying to come up with with a song to match that one. And I Hear Symphony was good, though. It's a great song.
It's a great song, but it's no Lover's Concerto. It's just, there's something about certain songs that will live on for infamy.
Yeah.
You know,
It was.
yeah.
Special.
So you're going to tell me who told you that story?
The Isley brothers.
So you're going to tell me that in Detroit, in the greatest recording studio of the 60s, with the greatest minds, Berry Gordy, Marvin Gaye, Smokey, Holland Dozier Holland,
Right.
they were playing your record for inspiration.
Yes.
That itself is a testament
Yeah.
to the song and the performance
Mhm.
of the song.
Mhm.
Did you ever meet Diana?
Yes, I did. Yeah, and Flo and Mary.
Mary, God rest her soul.
Yes.
Did you happen to talk about a Lover's Concerto by any chance?
No, we didn't. They came in. Mary and Flo came to the Rooster Club that night. We were there,
Mm.
and they invited us over, to have a drink with them. And we sat at the table, and they were trying to give us pointers on what to do and what not to do in this business, which we took it to heart because they would tell you what things to stay shy away from. But Diana was somewhere off somewhere. She didn't. We got to say hi to her, but she went over to other people. She didn't. She didn't hang out with us.
So Mary and Flo gave you good advice, except don't overdrink.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
overdrink. Barbara, my wife graduated with Mary Wilson at NYU. Mary was in the class with my wife, and had I known that, I would have went up to her, and she was so gracious. She took a picture of my wife. I would have told her that we were friends, because we go back a few years. Barbara.
Yeah.
And you were always so nice. This is a great picture of me and you. I want Anthony to show this picture of me and you. Anthony, put the picture up. That's great. That's a great shot. There's Kenny right there.
Yeah.
But Anthony, there's another picture of just me and Barbie. There we go.
Yeah, that's
stop. Those were great. The great pictures. Thank you.
Who else I met that night that this picture was being taken was our good friend Freddie Scott.
Oh, yes.
We were in Long Island. We're doing a show together, charity, of course, because that's what people like me and you and Freddie do a lot. And I met Freddie, and we became fast friends. And I met you, and I said, this is just great to meet people that I grew up on their music secondhand, because of course I was born in '66. So I heard it through my mother and father, and it just brings back such wonderful memories. It's wonderful.
I had the pleasure of working with him a few times. We went the first time, and then he said, "You got to do this again." And we did a few shows together. What a voice that man had.
Very underrated.
Oh, yes. Powerful, strong, beautiful voice. I used to stand back and listen to him, on the shows. I'd stand backstage and just listen to him. And he was really great. And a great guy. Real sweetheart, A
great guy.
Sweetheart.
Gone too soon. I would have loved to have interviewed him.
Yeah.
And I have to ask your forgiveness, because I have a new intro to the show with you in it, but we couldn't upload it fast enough. So starting next week, the new intro to my show is going to feature Barbara Harris in the clips. So I wanted you to know that.
I'm honored. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Always. So let's, a couple of weeks ago, we had the great Brian Hyland on the show. And you are one of the few groups to ever have a good success with Brian's song "Sealed with a Kiss." On the R&B charts, it made the top 40. What made you do that song?
Say that again now?
What made you record "Sealed with a Kiss"?
Oh, well, it came to us through two writers, Rose McCoy and Helen Miller. They asked us to do that song because they played the arrangement that they had on it, and the arrangement was so great. We fell in love with it, and they said, "You guys got to do this," and we did. I enjoyed that song. I've enjoyed performing it and singing it, and I think it should have gone further than it did, but somebody else came out with it at the same time. I think it was Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Yeah, it was Gary, because we had Gary on
already out.
Yeah, we had Gary on the show last week, Barbara.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he did it as well.
Yeah. And his just knocked ours out, Ours was just like what they say, a turntable hit in New York, here in New York. It was
Right.
a turntable
What a
hit.
song.
But what a great song, man. I still like performing that. We haven't done it in a while, but I like that song. And Bernard Purdy, if you ever heard of Bernard Purdy,
I have. Why does that name sound familiar?
he
Yes.
was a drummer, the funkiest drummer I've ever heard. To me, he's the funkiest drummer I've ever heard. Played with a lot of people, a lot of R&B.
Right.
I guess Aretha Franklin. Yeah, a lot of R&B artists. He was on there, but he was such a funky drummer. Oh my God, really great, really great. And he was the drummer on a couple of our songs too. But he was the drummer on that one, "Seal with a Kiss."
Wow.
Yeah,
Where did you record most of these?
in New York. Don't ask me to remember the studios, but they were all in New York, in New York City. Yeah.
Did you have a preference? I mean, Bob Crew was your producer for the entire run of the toys?
No.
No.
We went over to Music Core, which was Art Talmadge. He was the owner of that record company. And we did a few songs with him. My Love Sonata, I remember one. And it was another, we did that one on the Merv Griffin show. I remember.
You did the Merv Griffin show.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Tell us about Merv. I mean, there's a guy that's a genius in his field.
Yeah, he was a great guy too. We didn't get to talk to him much, but he welcomed us and thanked us for doing the show. And he just nice man. You know, we didn't talk to him that much, but he was nice, and we thanked him for having us on his show.
Right.
And Joey Bishop, we did the Joey Bishop show too out in California. Merv Griffin, Joey Bishop, and who else?
Now, this was all from A Lover's Concerto?
Uh-huh.
Or you did the other? Did you ever wind up on TV for Attack? Did you do anything on for Attack?
Only the movie.
Only the movie.
Yeah, that was Attack they did in the movie. That was
So you got a lot of traction from A Lover's Concerto.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of our viewers, I wasn't able to attend, but Karen tells us that you sang at Freddie Scott's funeral.
Yes, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah, I was there. I think I did sing. Yeah, his wife, Doris, she was a sweetheart. She used to be in his she was backing him up in a group, and I got to know her as we did the shows together.
Right.
And she asked me to come. Yeah, she asked me to come there, and I think I sang. I'm not
She said
quite-
you did sing.
Okay.
Yeah. You probably sang a gospel song.
Yeah, don't remember. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
Let me ask you, if you didn't get a hit, would you have been a gospel singer?
I love some of the gospel music. Yeah, I would have tried to do that. In fact, I was trying to write some, but it turned out to be just message songs. And it's not gospel, but we're working on one now called Unity in the Community. And join us. Yeah, join us for bringing truth and love to this land. That one too, and just message songs. But I was aiming toward, the religious thing.
Well, you know what, Barbara? The world needs message songs.
Yeah, we do.
Big hits come and go,
Yeah,
but it's message songs that stand the test of time.
I agree.
And if there's anything we could do on our end to help you promote those songs, all you got to do is ask us, and we'll be in your corner. Let me ask you this: if Barbara Harris wasn't a singer, what would have been your profession?
Wow. I was a home health aide for a little while. Just helping people. I enjoy helping people, or giving my love to people, and a housewife. I love being a housewife and having children, but I enjoy helping people. And I was a home health aide for maybe a couple of years. I worked through an agent, and I would go to people's homes, and I enjoyed doing that too. Some of it was kind of difficult, but I still enjoyed doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think I might have become maybe a nurse or something like that. I don't know. You know.
Well, that's another way to help people, of course.
Yeah. Two of my daughters are in the medical. Well, they're work at the hospital, Staten Island University.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, can you please tell them thank you, especially during this past year that we've had, that we appreciate what they do.
I sure will.
Absolutely. Now, I noticed a gold record on your wall behind you.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend gave me that. She said, "You never got your gold record. Oh, here's one." I said, "Thank you, sweetie." Yeah, so I kept it. I put it up on the back of my wall.
Wonderful. Now, I know you were working with Joe Rivers for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Were you going out as were you doing your own thing, or were you doing duets with him as Johnny and Joe?
Yeah, duets with him, Johnny and Joe. Yeah, but Richard Nader, he would ask me to do my song while I was there. You know, love
Right.
do that. But I was working as a duet. I was Johnny.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You and Johnny.
Yeah. Joe is a great guy too. Great.
That he is.
He was a great dresser, and what a great guy.
Very snazzy.
Yes.
Very snazzy. Who was some of your influences when you were growing up, Barbara?
Oh, my mother used to play everything when I was growing up. She played from gospel to blues, jazz. So I grew up listening to Nancy Wilson, Nina Simone, Ella Fitzgerald, all the great singers. Man, some of the guys too, the Moonglows. You know, I listened to everything, and it was all. Oh, and one of the ladies that she really loved, she played it so much, I grew to love it too. And it was What a Difference a Day Made.
Dinah Washington.
Yes. Oh, boy, she played that song to death. So now I do it in my show, you know, when I do the nursing homes and the senior facilities. I do that song, and they love that song. It takes them back. Yeah, great.
Have you ever thought about doing a series of CDs? Barbara Harris sings the classics. Barbara Harris sings gospel. Barbara Harris sings this.
Yeah, we've thought about it, but we just haven't had a lot of time like that to do it, because we've been working all the time, you know, trying to keep busy and doing the toys whenever we got a gig. And we were getting gigs for a while there. And now with the senior facilities, I didn't realize that there were so many senior facilities.
Absolutely.
Because we've done like over what, 200?
200
Over 200 every year. and I'm saying now that they're starting to come back again, because we're getting calls about the summertime. So they can bring them outside, right, and do some shows. But we were working so much that I was telling Kenny, let's not do as many as we used to do, because I'm getting older now. I don't know if I can do that. Sometimes they want 2 hours, 3 hours, you know. And I said, wait a minute now. That's a lot of songs I do. In 1 hour, I do a lot of songs, almost 20, 21 songs in 1 hour by myself. I said, I'm getting a little old for that. So I tell them I'll do 1 hour, maybe 2, but that's it.
Does Kenny sing with you at these nursing homes?
No, he doesn't. He just does the music. He brings in the equipment and sets it up and stands behind me and yell at me. Don't do that. So you're gonna do this one? Okay. But he's good. He keeps me on my toes. I always say that. He keeps me on my toes.
We all need somebody for that.
Oh yeah.
In 1986, you performed with the original lineup at a few shows.
Yeah, sure did.
How was that? 20 years after.
It was difficult. Different schools of thought, you know, but we tried to pull it off, but it just didn't work. It really didn't work, you know, and I wish them all the best. I still keep in touch with Barbara Toomer.
You do?
Oh yeah, she calls me and I call her, and sometimes we try to get together on birthdays, you know, but she's retired. She says she's retired now. She's not singing anymore. June.
Was she singing?
She was for a little while,
She was with Joe.
and because she was with Joe Rivers. I don't know if you knew that, but she
I
was.
did not know that.
Yeah, she was with Joe Rivers before I got with him.
Okay.
Yeah, or after I got with him.
After.
I had to stop because we were getting work as the toys, and she took over. Yeah, that's right. She sang with him. That's right. I think
Who's
they
the
were on
girl?
that PBS show together.
What was that?
They were on the PBS show together.
The
Barbara
PBS show.
Barbara was with Joe, and we were there. And TJ Levinsky asked if Barbara could come on with us and just stand there and move. You know, he turned her mic off because she said, I can't sing that anymore. He said, I'll just have her stand there because she was an original.
Not that one, the one before this.
Yeah, the one before this one.
The one before that one.
Yeah, the first one. She was on it. She had a dress on and she was just standing there moving her arms. And he asked if she could do that.
Well, I don't know if this is the video of that show, but we do have a clip of a PBS show.
Uh-huh.
And at the top of the show, our viewers, if you remember, I told you that this woman had talent, beauty, and showmanship. This video will attest to that. So, Anthony, let's play the PBS clip of the toys with Miss Barbara Harris.
Gentle is the rain that falls softly on the meadow. Birds high up in the tree serenade the flower with their melody. I'll sing, baby, on the hill, the bright colors of the rain.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Gene.
That wasn't the clip.
Yeah, no, it was the first one. The
I
very
gotta see if I can
first
find that.
You did.
I gotta see if I can find that. So, who's working with you these days, Barbara?
Well, I grabbed my daughter and I said, come and help me with this show. And she was so excited because, you know, that's an exciting thing to younger people, I think, the girl group thing, you know. So she came and learned the stuff. She learned it in no time, too. And I have another friend, Sandra Taylor, and her father was a guitar player that played for Maxine Brown and Joey D and the Starlighters played for them.
That's
And
sure.
the Rascals, he knew the Rascals. Yeah. And she joined my group.
We sent them a picture.
Yeah. I sent you a picture of them, the latest toys picture.
You sent me the latest. I couldn't get them in the producer's hands
Okay.
fast enough. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. But she's Sandra Taylor, and my daughter's name is Shah or Shahida, and they joined me now. And they, in fact, we're supposed to do the Letty's show
Yes.
coming
yes.
up in September, I think it is. And then we got a call from Tony Dano for the St. Jude show.
Oh,
in
wow.
August. Yeah, if it comes off, he said he's watching the sales of the tickets, but that's in August. So the toys are supposed to be there and at Let East in September.
But we're keeping our fingers crossed for that.
Yeah. He's got 3 nights going on at Let East. The first one is Mike Diamore.
Yeah, Mike Morty.
Yeah, and the second night is Shirley Austin and the Tokens. And the third night will be us and the guy who's promoting his band.
Who's promoting it?
Oh, geez, what's his name? Forget his name. I'll tell you, I got to write things down these days. I don't remember. But he's putting on the whole 3 nights.
Well, we're going to keep our fingers crossed that everything starts to open up.
Right?
In 2016, which was 50 years after you were riding the crest of a Lover's Concerto, you finally released another record. Couple of singles, Forever Spring and Rock and Roll Soothes the Soul.
Goodness.
Oh, really?
Oh,
You heard those?
I do my homework, Barbara.
Oh, we just put them out there.
That was you.
Tell us about that. Are those? Did you write those?
No. It was a fella from California, I believe. He sent them to us, the words and the melody, and asked us if we would do them for him. And he was such a nice fellow. We said, yes, we'll do it. And we did them for him. In fact, we had another guy from France sent us some music and asked us to do them, write some words for him. His name was Philippi. Phil Acostanza. Oh, something like that. But he sent us some music also, and his was disco.
Okay.
Yeah, disco, and they were good. He was a great writer. Yeah.
You fell into the disco as well.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah, it's a great music.
We got a picture here of what Anthony put up picture number 12. I want to talk to Barbara about this. Barbara Now.
Yeah.
What would tell us about that project?
Oh boy, that was Kenny and myself. And that was our love affair of music. And we wrote most of the songs. I think there was just a couple that we didn't write. And that was our first attempt to put out a CD. And, we didn't do too well with it, but we were happy. We were happy because it was our creativity, Yeah. And it was a great, I think the songs in there were really nice. I had a couple of message songs in there too.
You did?
Yeah.
Is that available?
Yeah, you can still get it. It's kind of old, but you can still get it.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's on your website, Barbara.
Uh-huh.
For those of you that got,
it's on iTunes.
it's on iTunes.
Mhm.
Also on Barbara's website, which is barbrastoys.net.
Uh-huh.
I want everybody to jot that down and go and support our good friend Barbara Harris and Kenny and read up on what I consider one of the finest talents, male or female, ever.
Thank you, Gene.
You and Kenny have our love and our support and our prayers. And when we get back after this COVID goes away, we're going to get together and we're going to push forward for more shows and more nursing homes.
Okay.
And all I can say
Back
is
at you, Gene. Back at you.
thank you. And I want to thank you for being our guest on International Women's Day, Barbara.
My
You
pleasure.
really are a breath of fresh air.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Thank you, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm here. I still got my license.
Kenny, next time make sure you shave so we can put you on camera.
Oh, what? You saw me? Oh my goodness!
Oh, that picture he had of you was fairly recent. He still looks like that. Yeah.
Well, I gotta get permission first,
I know.
You gotta remember, see, she's a lefty, Gene.
Yeah.
And with the lefty, sometimes it's a little hard to see it coming, But don't worry, I've gotten to the point where I can duck 90% of her punches.
Stop it.
Yeah, but the problem is you're so much taller. When you duck, you're in the line of fire.
Actually, the problem is that 10% that I can't duck.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we do each and every week, let's give our guest, as we do, the biggest round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Barbara Harris. Thank you, my love. Love
Thank
you
you
to
so
death.
much.
You're the best.
It's
Thank
been a
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Wow. What a show, huh, folks? I tell you, it is so great to get these wonderful people on and talk about things we don't hear of often. So we hope that you enjoy it. Yes, a breath of fresh air is what everybody says about Miss Barbara Harris. Check her out once again at barbrastoys.net. Support her career. And I'm sure she's got an email list or Facebook, all that stuff you can join. Once again, I want to talk about my friend Anthony Ligori's CD, Memphis, Midnight to Sunrise, 4 great songs Go on the Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli page, and you could see it for sale. A couple of things I want to tell you about. I don't get paid to do this show. I do it out of love of my heart, but it does get a little expensive. So we decided, instead of asking for donations, which we do not want to ask for because we are not that type of people, we decided to sell a t-shirt. And we are producing now the Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli t-shirt. It's called The First 15, which of course has the names of the first 15 guests that we've had with our social media. And then, of course, when we hit 30, which tonight was our 27th show. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to have 30. We're going to put together another shirt called The Second 15. And we ask if you would like one to send me a private message. They're going to be developed in the next week. They're going to be on our website and Facebook and another website. But we'd like to hear your comments. What do you think of this shirt? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Whatever you want to say to me, as long as it's nice, I will listen to it. So that's how we're going to try to raise funds to keep this show going. Thank you, Anthony. And what else did I want to say, Anthony? There was something else I had written down. Okay, let's run the commercial once again. Yes, Sue, he is. Anthony, run our sponsor commercial once again.
Hi, this is Francisco. Many people call me the creative CPA. If you need help with your taxes or financial matters, please email me your cell number and the best time and day to call you. You could email me at franciscisco@aol.com, and Cisco is spelled SISCO, the creative CPA. It's that simple, that easy. Thank you.
Thank you, Fran, once again. We are still looking for a few sponsors. If you want to get the word out, either locally or nationally or worldwide, if you have a product worldwide, we do reach listeners all over the country and the globe because of our new streaming platforms. We are heard on 17 different platforms: iTunes, Amazon, Google, Comcast, all different platforms, so people can hear about your products. Once again, the shirt. Join our Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli page on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gene DiNapoli. We're going to be doing a couple of other interviews that are not going to be seen on Facebook, only on YouTube. And next week's guest, the lead singer of a group called The Happenings. See you in September. Go Away, Little Girl, I Got Rhythm, and many more. The very fabulous Bob Miranda will be here next week, March 15th at 7 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thanks to our producer, Anthony. Thanks to our very special guest, Barbara Harris, and her cohort, Kenny. Until next week, stay safe, stay positive, stay well, and God bless you.